The new kid on the block. Anyways, the old coot here coming back at you with another exciting video. This is the newest from Edinburgh Gin Distillery. At Total Wine, this is classified as a winery direct product. Basically, what that means is that it also qualifies as a spirits direct. So occasionally, like if you sign up for their mailing list or whatever, occasionally you'll get these emails that'll say, if you buy two, you get 10% off, like 2 spirits direct products. So this would qualify for that, since even though it's a winery direct, it's also classified as a spirits direct product. Sometimes you'll see them like buy 2, get $4 off, buy 2, get $6 off. So anyways, with that being said, it's kind of cool that they came out with this product. It's rhubarb and ginger liqueur small batch made with pure rhubarb and ginger, product of Scotland. It is 750 milliliters by volume, and then it's also 20% alcohol by volume. Let's go ahead and take, so there's the front label. Here's what it looks like in the glass. It's got a little bit of like a pink kind of hue or tinge to it. And then if I turn to the back side of water back here, see Edinburgh, rhubarb, and ginger. You can kind of take your screenshot there, but aromatic rose-colored liqueur. That's how I would describe it, like pink, kind of rosy. Here it says Oriental ginger, little lemon zest, right? Rhubarb, macerated, blah, 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 whatever. And then you kind of get that. It's delicious with ginger ale or as a base for cocktails. I like how they give you the good marketing ploy, right? They tell you how you can use it, what you can use it with, etc. And then I'll give you some suggestions of my own, just, you know, if you want to take a little bit of a flavor tour and try to taste it with different things, you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. But anyways, it does, it contains certified color FDC red number 40. I really wish that wasn't in there. You really don't need it. If it was clear, I think it'd be so much better, but you know, so be it. Note to the company, if they are watching this, I'm not doing anything with them, but if they want to reach out to me for future, you know, collaborations or whatever, Edinburgh Gin, reach out to me. But yeah, my only note would be take that out. There's no reason to have it in there. Just take it out. It doesn't have to be in there. But anyways, let's go ahead and give it a little sniff test. I poured about 1 ounce in here. It's been kind of marinating with the ice a little bit, diluting a little bit to take the alcohol bite off a little. So I'm just going to give it a little sniff. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Very fresh, very Labor Day seasonal, you know, summertime, springtime, maybe even early fall kind of seasonal. It's got floral notes. There's some grapefruit. I'm definitely picking up the grapefruit. I would say in a profile of like 100%, just on the sniff test on the nose, the grapefruit is very predominant, but light. Like a very light grapefruit, kind of like if you just misted some grapefruit mist in the air, or if you squoze a grapefruit, if you squoze a grapefruit and just let the spritz kind of, you know, float in the air for a little while, that's kind of what it smells like, but very grapefruity. So what I'm going to do is, as is tradition on this channel, usually what I do is I pour in some sparkling water or mineral water to kind of take the alcohol, or a lot of the alcohol bite off, just so that I can actually taste what's going on with the actual spirit, liqueur, or whatever the case may be. So I'm just going to put in a little bit just to kind of get it going, give it a little stir, and then let me go ahead and give this a sip real quick. Oh yeah, grapefruit. It's funny, even though they don't mention grapefruit, I do get the ginger in the background, and then I do get a little bit of the rhubarb in the background. I would say in terms of flavor profile, like on the taste, I would say in terms of sweetness to bitterness or whatever, it's definitely sweet, but it's a light kind of a sweet, not overly sweetened or overly sugary. And then in terms of the flavors, the actual flavors that are going on, I would honestly say it's about 60%, like in a percentage of 100, I would say it's about 60% grapefruit, maybe 25% ginger, and then maybe 15% of the rhubarb. So it's grapefruit, ginger, then rhubarb, like in the rhubarb has the lowest percentage of the flavor profile, but very grapefruity, very almost like fruity but floral, like a little bit of floral action going on in there. The lemon zest, was that part of the flavor? I guess it was, with warming Oriental lemon zest. I guess maybe that's in there, like maybe 2%. Like I can barely taste the lemony zestiness, but maybe that's where a little bit of that bitterness is coming from as well. But grapefruit, definitely grapefruit. I don't know why they didn't mention it on the label. Maybe that's her secret. Maybe my taste buds are a little more sophisticated than what this company would like to disclose. I'm revealing some kind of secret that's in there. But yeah, definitely grapefruit is what I'm picking up. Okay, what would this pair well with? So let's explore the florals that at least I've tried or kind of experimented with on this channel. This is Santoni. This is their Santoni Amaro. This was very florally, very hibiscus, rose, almost violet with clove. This had a very like you could tell there was clove in this. This one, the Ramazzotti Aperitivo Rosato, this was obviously rose and hibiscus, right? With a little bit of underlying, almost like lilac, violet, jasmine, that kind of vibe. And then the Italicus was another good one that I think the Edinburgh would pair well with. The Italicus, again, is that kind of like violet, rose, kind of flowery, floral, that kind of vibe. So I think if you took all three of these, paired them with this one, you would basically just be adding like a little bit of a grapefruit kick to it, you know, if that makes any sense. Or you could try together, just these two together, or these two together, or these two together, whatever the case may be. But anyways, it's a great little beverage. I would say it's more sweeter than it is anything else, but very light, a very light alcohol kind of an experience. So if you're expecting like a heavy, strong ginger, heavy, strong rhubarb, or a heavy, strong grapefruit kind of flavor, this is not it. This is more on the lighter side of the spectrum. It does taste real, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't taste fake or artificial. I know a lot of people were asking that about some of the other products. Like the Mr. Stacks products are definitely more like the artificial flavored stuff. That's why they're so inexpensive, like $8, $9 for 750 milliliters. But this is light and yet authentic. So with that being said, just to quickly recap, grapefruit, 60%. I would say 25% is maybe the ginger. And then I would say 15% is maybe the rhubarb, with like trace amounts of maybe lemon zest and other like florals that are in there. Maybe a little bit of rose, a little bit of maybe hibiscus in there. But very, very trace amounts of that. That's what I'm picking up on my taste buds. And that's the whole reason why I do the sparkling water, right, or the mineral waters, because it takes the alcohol edge off so that I can truly let my taste buds experience what this is all about. Let me just give it another sip now that more of the mineral water has melted with the ice and melted into the beverage. Sometimes you get a different taste experience every time. So let me just give one last taste. Yeah, same grapefruit, number one. Definitely, I'm getting that bitter sweetness from the grapefruit, but also like the ginger in the background. Maybe the grapefruit is taking over just a little bit more. So maybe now that it's been diluted a little bit, it might be more like 75 grapefruit, maybe 20% ginger, and maybe like 5% rhubarb, I think is what I'm getting. But anyways, the more it dilutes, I'm sure the more the grapefruit will come through and probably eventually be like something like 90% grapefruit, 5% ginger. That's just my prediction. But anyways, with that being said, goes great with these, the Santoni Amaro, the Italicus, or the Ramazzotti Aperitivo Rosato. I'm the Old Coot. Check out some links down below in the description, also in the comment section. If there's anything in the spirit or Amaro realm that you'd like me to try, I can't say or I can't promise anything, but I would try. If it's something I'm interested in too, or maybe looking to explore, or maybe something I've never heard of, I would love your suggestions. So definitely comment in the comment section down there below. I'm the Old Coot, and I'll catch you all in the next exciting video.